In this video, we're looking at the steps that we need to take to install Access Server on GCP or Google Cloud Platform. As you can see, I'm on the Access Server portal. Click on Get Access Server, and you can see the software packages available. We're going to click on GCP. Now, we have a link here how to launch OpenVPN Access Server on GCP. If you click on that, you're going to see a step-by-step instructions on how to install the Access Server on GCP. But we're going to click on this button that says Go to the Marketplace. Once on the Marketplace, here we go. We can see OpenVPN Access Server here. This is a full feature Access Server. We can launch it from here. Also, we can verify the version that we are using, the latest version. And the operating system obviously is Ubuntu. So let's go ahead and click on Launch. Okay, when we get to this page, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to give a name to our virtual machine or Access Server. Here, I'm going to call it, I have to do all lowercase. Let me go back. I'm going to name it OVN-Access Server. Here we go. And then for the zone, I need to change my zone. I'm in US West 1-A, so I'll just select that. For the machine type and disk or boot disk, I'm going to leave it as default, but you make sure you choose what's appropriate for your network or your environment. When it comes to network interface, if you expand this, you're going to see the external IP is set up to dynamic. We recommend you change this to static. If you need to change it to statics and you don't know how, click on that question mark and follow the instructions on GCP how to reserve a static IP address. The next thing that we're going to look is going to be the firewalls. We've already configured the firewall rules for this virtual machine or Access Server. If you would like to restrict access to this VM, customize the IP access rules by defining source IP ranges for this firewall rules. Keep in mind the source IP ranges for HTTPS traffic and the TCP port 943 traffic are being used for the accessing admin web UI. UDP port 1194. If you block this port, basically you're preventing users from connecting to the VPN server using UDP. So again, click on that's a firewall rule. Click on more IP forwarding. This option is on if you're using the VPN server for a site-to-site tunnel. Set the option to off if you use the VPN server for remote access via NAT. Once you're ready, happy with everything, click on deploy. This is going to take a couple of minutes to be deployed. So I'm going to fast forward to when we're done with this deployment. Okay, this deployment is completed. As you can see, it's done. So there are a couple of pieces of information we need to take a note here. If you look at on the right side of the screen, you see a link for the admin URL as far as and also the admin username and the temporary password. For the temporary password, you can SSH to the virtual machine and change the password, but I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to change it on admin UI. So click on the link. Let me go back and grab the temporary password here. Okay, here we go. So going back to admin portal login, type the OpenVPN, the username, and then the password, the temporary password. Click on sign in. First, when you log in, you need to accept the license agreement. Click on that, and we are on the activation key page. In order to get the activation key, we need to head back to the Access Server portal. So I'm going to go back to that tab, click on the license keys, then use a subscription, click on that. As you can see, I already have some subscriptions, but in order to buy a new one, you just click on the buy, and then we choose the most popular one. Here we have three tiers: free, standard, and custom. You choose first how you want to be billed, annually or monthly, and then once you're happy, you choose the number of the connection. If you choose 2 connection, that's going to be free. Anything more than that, it's going to be paid. Once you're happy with the number of connections, click on proceed to payment. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to use the 2 free connection. Click on create, and we are done. Click on copy key, and we're going to head back to admin UI, and we're going to paste that key here in this field. Click on activate. It's going to take a second, and it's going to activate our subscription. Here we go. Now, the next thing is changing the OpenVPN password, the admin password. So click on user management and user permissions. OpenVPN is here. As you can see, click on more settings. And this is where you change the password. I'm going to type a good password here for our OpenVPN account. Okay. When done, click on save settings and of course, update running server. Now we're going to test this. Let's log out and we're going to type OpenVPN and the new password I just created and sign in. And here we go. We are able to log in. So this is how we install Access Server on GCP. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you. And we'll see you next on the next videos.